Across the Horn of Africa lies a land shaped by history, culture,
and borders. The Somali people share the same language, the same traditions, and the same identity.
but today they are divided across multiple countries.
How did one nation become separated by borders?
To understand Somalia today, we must go back more than a century. For centuries, the Somali people lived across the Horn of Africa. Their society was built on strong clan structures, trade networks, and a shared language. Islam had arrived in the region as early as the 7th century through merchants traveling across the Red Sea. Powerful trading cities emerged along the coast, connecting Somalia to Arabia, India, and East Africa.
Ports like Saila and Mogadishu became important centers of commerce.
But this world was about to change.
In the late 19th century, European powers began competing for control of Africa, and the Somali lands would soon become part of that competition. In 1884, European powers gathered in Berlin for a historic meeting known as the Berlin Conference. The goal was simple: divide Africa among European empires. No African leaders were invited.
Lines were drawn on maps, often ignoring the people living there.
For the Somali people, this decision would reshape their future.
Their homeland was divided between multiple colonial powers.
The north became British Somaliland, controlled by the United Kingdom. The south became Italian Somaliland, ruled by Italy. The western Somali lands were absorbed by Ethiopia.
Another region, known as the Northern Frontier District, was placed under Kenya, and the small territory of Djibouti came under French control. A single people were now separated into 5 territories.
After World War II, African independence movements spread across the continent.
In 1960, British Somaliland and Italian Somaliland united to form the modern state of Somalia.
The moment was filled with hope, but many Somalis remained outside the new country's borders.
Large Somali populations still lived in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Djibouti.
This created a powerful political idea: Greater Somalia. The goal was to unite all Somali territories into one nation.
But achieving that goal would prove difficult. In 1977, Somalia attempted to reclaim Somali-inhabited territory in Ethiopia.
The conflict became known as the Ogaden War. At first, Somali forces made rapid advances.
But global Cold War politics quickly changed the balance.
The Soviet Union shifted its support to Ethiopia.
Thousands of Cuban troops were sent to help the Ethiopian army. Somalia was eventually forced to withdraw.
The dream of uniting all Somali lands was fading, and the consequences would soon reshape the country itself. By the late 1980s, Somalia was facing deep political and economic challenges.
In 1991, the government of Siad Barre collapsed.
The country entered a devastating civil war.
Different clan-based militias fought for power.
Central authority disappeared. In the chaos, new militant groups emerged, including Al-Shabaab. For decades, Somalia struggled with instability. But the story does not end there. Despite decades of conflict, Somalia is slowly rebuilding.
New governments have formed. Cities are growing again.
Young entrepreneurs are investing in technology, trade, and education. Across the country, a new generation is working to shape Somalia's future.
The challenges remain real.
But so does the resilience of the Somali people.
Somalia's history is not just a story of conflict. It is a story of identity, resilience, and a people divided by borders they did not choose.
The lines drawn more than a century ago still shape the region today, but the future of Somalia will be written by its people.